Hi guys, and welcome back again to the TechTech YouTube channel. This big red eye that you're looking at represents the Gigabyte's new G1 gaming branding of their motherboards. And today we're going to take a closer look on one of the more equipped motherboard from that exact series based on the latest Intel Z97 Haswell refresh chipset, the Gaming GT model. On the front of the box you won't find anything in particular except this model name and some Intel logos, but once you open up the front cover, on the left side you can see how fully packed this motherboard is with these listed features and their short introduction with a word or two and a picture, as well as the motherboard itself through this transparent window on the right side of the cover. Going around to the back of the box, you can see that same features that we found behind the front cover, but even more in detail, as well as the picture of the board and the input-output back panel. Here we have some talk about the values of G1 Gaming Audio, Network and Performance series, and some detailed technical information like the number of SATA connectors, expansion slots, and so on. Let's open up the box and see the motherboard up in close. But first, of course, the bundle. The motherboard comes in a separate box, so does the bundle in this bottom compartment. Here we have 4 SATA cables and a crossfire bridge. Here's a 3-way SLI bridge, an input-output back panel shield, 4-way and 2-way SLI bridge, and some Gigabyte stickers, as well as a user manual and CD with drivers and utilities. And here's the Gaming GT motherboard itself. Taking a closer look at the design of the board, you can see that in general it didn't change that much in comparison to previous generation and that black and grey color scheme of the PCB. The obvious change was done on the passive heatsink of the chipset and the VRM heatsink that surrounds the socket. Speaking of VRMs, this board has 8-phase power design and black solid capacitors, which will ensure stable and greater overclocking potential of your CPU. Moving along the board, you can see great amount of PCI Express slots, 7 in total, 4 of them being X16 slots with X16, X8, X16, X8 configuration, and 3 X1 slots. Although it's clear that on paper you have 2 physical and electrical X16 slots, they will operate only in X8 mode since the number of PCI lanes is determined by CPU architecture. The other electrical X16 slot is good in cases when you can't populate the first slot if it's in a way of a bigger cooler, for example. Going to the right side of the board, you can see the 8 SATA ports, 6 of them provided by chipset and Intel controller, and 2 by Marvell controller, and 1 SATA Express connector. On the same spot, but on the opposite side of the board, you'll find dedicated audio area separated by MEI shielding and with illuminated LED trace path lighting, so you can see the separation of the PCB layers. This area is populated with customizable op amps, Realtek ALC1150 audio codec chipset under this shielded cover, and high-end Nichicon audio capacitors. RAM slots are in their usual place, and when populated they support up to 32 GB and 3200 MHz frequency memory. Right next to the RAM slots you have LED debug screen as well as a clear CMOS switch, power on and reset buttons, and voltage checkpoints. Going around the outer edges of the board you can see a lot of standard connectors like the 24-pin ATX power connector and the additional SATA power connector and the USB 3 header above it. Of course, here we also have the standard 8-pin EPS power connector with the rest of the USB 2 audio front panel headers and a pack of 7 fan headers. Coming to the input-output back panel, we are sharing a lot of stuff. First of all, we have a gold-plated contact points on audio jacks for bringing down the electrical interference in audio signal, Qualcomm's Atheros Killer 2200 network adapter for better network performance, 6 USB 3 ports, a bunch of video outputs, combo PS2 port for keyboard and mouse, and 2 yellow USB 2 ports with DAC-up technology that provides clean, noise-free power delivery if you are planning to use an external sound card. Thank you once again guys for checking out our unboxing and quick preview of the Gigabyte Z97X Gaming GT motherboard. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you liked our video, leave a comment if you have any questions about the product, and of course be sure to subscribe to our TechTech YouTube channel for more content like this, or you can just check out our other videos from before.